Good morning, Mon Petit, and welcome back to another day of Everyday May. Can you believe how far into May we are already? Like, I don't know why, but in my head it still feels like we're in like the middle of May, and I can't believe that we are on day 23 of Everyday May. I feel like this month has absolutely flown. It feels like I've been daily vlogging for like years, but at the same time only a matter of days, like maybe only a matter of like weeks. It's so bizarre. I have been loving daily vlogging with you guys. I feel like looking in the viewfinder at the moment, I'm looking like I maybe should have put a little bit of powder on, but I'm kind of not mad about the glow. I am loving at the moment the Sculpted by Amy second skin, I believe it's called, and it really does feel like a second skin. I apply it with my fingers so that it's like really glowy. It's like really kind of like blended into my skin, and it really does feel like a second skin. And then I'm just applying like some really glowy products on top, and especially when I'm doing like a bit of a slick back bun, we want the glowy makeup, especially for spring, summertime. I am absolutely loving it. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, because for me it's Tuesday morning, which means my announcement went live last night on the vlogs. PetiteElliee Styling is officially live. She has officially launched, and I am honestly so grateful for your excitement. I've had so many DMs from you guys, so many messages, and to the ladies that have already inquired, I am so excited to get started on our styling journey together. And I've had so many of you say how overwhelming it really can be to like style your outfits and like put them together, and that's exactly why I'm starting this styling service. It's just to kind of make it as accessible, as stress-free, and like as enjoyable as possible. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun together. So feel free if you want to get in touch, if you want to chat about your own styling journey. I am so excited to start this, and I'm really excited to have the Instagram page as well, like its own kind of like entity. I think is really lovely. Thank you so much to those of you that have followed over there. We've literally gained like 100 followers in a night, which is absolutely mad. So be sure to head on over and follow PetiteElliee Styling if you want to learn a little bit more about styling, see how I'm pairing outfits together, like see how things can kind of like be worn. I'm really excited to do a lot more things, like ways to wear, like specific product kind of like targeted things. Like if you have any requests, do be sure to let me know. I feel like I've got a makeup brush on my lip, but I don't know if I actually do. But yes, it is just such an exciting new chapter, and I just wanted to say thank you to you guys, because your excitement is tangible, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I'm so grateful for all of your support, like every single like on a video, every single comment, even every single view, just you sitting there and watching these videos. I could not be more grateful for you guys, because you're the best hype women ever, and I just feel like we've created such an amazing community over here, and I could not be more grateful for it. Speaking of styling and shopping, I do actually have a really lovely day of shopping planned. I'm heading out in a little bit to one of my favorite places down here in Hampshire. If you love a designer outlet and you always want to pick up like a real bargain, Keys is one of my favorite places to go. It's down in Portsmouth, which is a beautiful area anyway. It's like right on the harbour front, so you can have lunch literally overlooking the Spinnaker Tower, like overlooking the boats and the marina. It's absolutely stunning, and they have so many amazing brands there. They've got an outlet, Reese, they've got like Hobbs, Coach, what else, UGG, the White Company, which is always one that I always make a beeline for. Just so many amazing stores. Ralph Lauren as well is always one that I just have to visit every time I go. So we're going to be doing a little bit of shopping today, which I'm really looking forward to. One piece of advice I would always give whenever I'm going to like designer outlets or like outlet villages, if you're going to somewhere like Gunwharf Quays, Bicester Village, those kinds of places, is to always go as early as possible. I do find these kinds of places fill up quick. If you get there a little bit earlier, you can usually find that you get a little bit of shopping in a little bit quieter. I believe it opens at 10 AM, so I'd say try and get there for 10 on the dot. Grab yourself a coffee, like just really make a day of it, and then you can have a little bit more shopping in peace. I would either say to go first thing in the morning, like the second it opens, or actually going a little bit later on. But you know what, I'm a morning person, so for me it's usually like a morning, what's the word, a morning entity, no, a morning escapade, is that the right word? It's normally more of a morning escapade, and then we can stop and have lunch and just have a really lovely time. So I'm really excited to head to Gunwharf. There's nothing in particular that I'm looking for. This is another thing I would say about designer outlets, is that you don't tell the outlet what you're looking for. The outlet tells you, because obviously it's like older stock or like last season pieces, so often you don't really know what to expect. And sometimes, I won't lie, it can be hit or miss. Sometimes you'll come away and you won't have picked up anything. Other times you'll have come away and been like, oh my gosh, the damage I just did to my bank account. I am not okay with this. So it's one of those places that I feel like it's just, you just go to have a little bit of a fun shopping day, girls' day, and just have a little bit of a wander around. So I'm super excited to be heading out to Gunwharf later on today. I think it's just going to be so lovely to have a little bit of a girls' shopping trip, a little bit of a wander around, and do a little bit of designer outlet shopping.
from Gunwharf now after the loveliest day, having a little girls shopping day, wander around, a little explore. I'm sorry that I didn't get the most amount of vlog clips and I wasn't really able to do much like talking to camera. I don't know what it is at the moment, but a lot of the kind of like designer outlets and like shopping centres aren't the biggest fan of the camera, which is quite a funny one because I love watching these kinds of vlogs. I love seeing what's new in, and I love trying to like show you some pieces that are there, just that you can get a bit of a better understanding of like what you can pick up from the outlet. So try to do a little bit of vlogging whilst we were there, just to show you a few odd pieces, a few new in bits, and I thought I would show you what I picked up. So I don't actually have the biggest haul, despite the fact that there were actually some really amazing pieces at Gunwharf. I feel like they're really coming into their like spring summer styling there. First of all, Coach. Oh my goodness me, I cannot believe that I saw Coach tabbies in the outlet store. If you have wanted a Coach tabby for the longest time, I would definitely recommend heading to Gunwharf to check them out, because they have so many gorgeous colors. They had so many other like little designs as well, some really cute little shoulder bags, really cute little like basket bags, so many pieces in for summer. And do you know which store I was actually kind of obsessed with? I could barely leave, was Reese. And this actually is not for me in here. I ended up picking up a little gift for my little brother, because as I mentioned, it is his birthday coming up, and when I saw this I just knew that he would absolutely love it. I already have another present for him, but I thought one more can't hurt, and I know that he's going to absolutely adore this for summer. And I do really feel like my style is changing, and I'm just seriously drawn towards those like really classic, really timeless, really ageless pieces. And I would definitely say that Reese has been a brand that has done that for such a long time. So let me show you his shirt, because he doesn't watch my video, so I know that he's not going to actually see this, but we picked up this gorgeous like stripe. It's kind of like a toweling material, like it's a really, really lovely material. Alex would absolutely love this. I think he's actually going to be quite jealous when he sees this and be like, why didn't you pick one up for me? But this really gorgeous like navy blue and white stripe for summer, and you can style these up with like linen trousers, with shorts. I love these kinds of shirts on guys. I must admit, whenever it comes to like men's styling, I was having a conversation with Em actually when we went bridal shopping the other day, just about like kind of like our partners' wardrobes and what they like to wear. And the thing I said to him is that I've learned that Alex, comfort is key, and as long as he has a pair of comfortable bottoms on, you can almost put anything on his top and he will be super happy. So I basically invested in a gorgeous pair of like black kind of like stretchy shorts. They are, I think, technically sports shorts, but paired with something like this, you'd never know that they are sports shorts. And I find that guys love that kind of thing. And these kinds of shirts are like so loose, they're so comfy, they can be dressed up, they can be dressed down. I also love it when a guy wears it with like a little bit of jewelry. I haven't actually touched on my jewelry today, but as you can see, I'm really, really loving the gold styling. I've just got a little gold chain necklace on, and one of my favorite pairs of earrings from Monica Vinader. These are the Kate Young earrings. You can still shop for 20% off with my discount code PetiteElliee MV20. I'll leave it down below because PetiteElliee is without two E's at the end, which I know can get really, really confusing. But yeah, I feel like start up with a little bit of jewelry. They just look lovely, or like linen trousers with guys, or if your partner is anything like mine, a pair of black sports shorts, and it looks really, really cute and pulled together. So I actually picked that up as a little birthday present for my brother, which I think he's going to love. I'm not gonna lie, there is one store I can never not visit whenever I go to Gunwharf, and that is L'Occitane, because they have all of the main collection, like all of their regular stock, but discounted. I don't understand how it works. Like, I'll literally go in there and be like, I could have bought that at Selfridges for like £20 more, the exact same product, and they always have amazing discounts. So I always like to pick up a top up of my Lavande. I love the fact that they do it in this little like top up kind of what's this, like refill packet, because it just makes it so much easier. It's also a little bit cheaper, and then I can just decant it into the like metal bottle that it comes with. And you know how much I love Lavande from L'Occitane. It is my favorite bubble bath to use at the moment. It's just so calming. It's just the perfect scent as well. It's a lavender scent, so it's so lovely, and I like the amount of bubbles it creates. So not too many bubbles, just a lovely amount of bubbles, and it's just so relaxing and unwinding. So I always love to pick up that. And if you do love L'Occitane products, they have so many other products, like their hand cream, their serums, their moisturizers, all of which are an amazing discount. And then the last thing that I picked up is something rather exciting that I feel like needs a little bit of explanation. So, as you know, my sister's getting married this year, and I am her maid of honor, and we've been trying to find the right piece of footwear. And there's a bit of a trend with regards to, especially like the bridal party and wedding styling at the moment, and that is wedding trainers. Now, my sister is not the girliest of girls, and so many people were expecting her to just wear trainers with her dress, but she really wants to wear like a beautiful pair of heels to walk down the aisle, because she wanted to look really demure, really elegant. It also really helps with your posture as well. So we wanted to have her heels for like obviously the main part of the day, like the photos and things like that. But the second it gets to the evening, we all know those heels are coming off. We just want to party, we just want to have a great night. So a popular trend that I have seen recently is bridal trainers, or like wedding trainers, where you invest in a beautiful pair of like sparkly white, maybe dark diamante trainers so that you can dance the night away. And I just think that is the best idea ever. I think that's so, so clever. So we popped into Kurt Geiger. I never really know whether it's called Kurt Geiger or Carvela, or it's Carvela that's owned by Kurt Geiger, or Kurt Geiger owned by Carvela. I have no idea, but we popped into Carvela. And what we are doing is my mum, my sister and I have got matching trainers, but all of which are slightly different, which I just thought was so fun. So they all have like a slightly different pattern to them, a slightly different kind of like colorway, but they're all kind of like matchy, the same kind of style from Carvela. And one thing I will say is Carvela shoes are super comfy, and I'm gonna be able to rewear these for different things. In fact, it's quite funny actually. I do feel like the kind of discussion around heels really is changing, and I can especially see it whenever I go into London to events, because it used to be back in the day where everyone was wearing heels at these events, whereas nowadays I feel like I go and there's so many girls in trainers, there's so many girls in flats. As you guys know, I've been really enjoying kind of like investing in a few more flats in my collection and in my wardrobe, and making sure that I've got non-heeled lovely pairs of shoes, and I feel like having a nice pair of trainers really helps to elevate that. So let me show you the ones that I chose, because I am kind of in love with them. And I just think they are going to be so, so cute to dance the night away at my sister's wedding. Look at these. Oh my goodness me. So they've got this amazing like gold diamante detail at the back, and then at the front they are just a gorgeous pair of like white kind of tennis trainers, and I love this style of trainer, so I know I'm gonna be able to rewear these. I'm gonna be able to like style them up for different things, and I feel like this might be actually a really good idea for any weddings that you go to. Just like bring a little tote bag, chuck it in the cloakroom, and then you can change into these in the evening. So I can't tell you how many times I've ended up dancing the night away barefoot, and I get home and my feet are like minging. I don't want to have to do that. I'm the kind of person where I'd rather keep my heels on than go barefoot, and to be able to have a beautiful pair of trainers to change into, I just think is such a great idea. So these are the ones that I chose. My sister have got ones that's got like a little kind of like silver detailing to the side, and then my mum's got ones that are like even less kind of like diamante and even less detailed. I think she just had a little bit at the back, but they had loads of different styles at Carvela, and I honestly just think it's such a great idea, especially if you've got like a big bridal party. You can literally do like 7 to 8 different styles of trainers. They had so many different types. They had some that had like a cap toe with like diamantes on the toe. They had some that had loads of detailing at the side, and then others that were like similar to ours, where they're a little bit less detailed, a little bit less kind of like spangly, but still just as beautiful. So I'm so, so excited about those, and I think that's honestly the best idea that I've ever heard whenever it comes to weddings. This is my favorite thing, is being able to hear from you guys as well, especially after the bridal try on, your tips, your tricks, like what you've kind of experienced from like your own wedding styling, your own wedding shopping. It's just my favorite thing in the world. So not the biggest haul in the world, but I would say a successful trip into Gunwolf Keys. I definitely recommend a little visit this summer because they have so many gorgeous pieces in at the moment. Right, so we are in the bathroom, because despite the fact that it's only about 6 o'clock in the evening, I am going to get my makeup off and get into comfies. And I must admit, I do kind of attest the skin that I've got at the moment to how much I'm looking after my like skincare, how much like effort I'm putting into it, and the kind of routine that I've got myself into. And I do feel like in summer it literally starts with your skin. Like I am really loving wearing more lightweight products. I'm really loving like the glow that we're getting at the moment, and I just want to make sure that I'm looking after it as much as possible. And I'm pretty sure it's Caroline Hirons. It was when I read her book Skin Rocks, I believe it was. I read it so many years ago, but there's been a bit from the book that's always stuck with me and always kind of like stayed with me that I totally agree with, and that is to get your makeup off when you're done for the day. I could not be that person that stays in my makeup till like 10 o'clock at night. Number one, because I don't know about you, but when I head to bed, I don't want to wake myself up again by then doing my skincare routine, by then putting on my skincare, by then like washing my face. Like for me, washing my face wakes me up. It doesn't get me ready for bed, so I don't like waiting till the very, very end of the evening. And I also feel like it's really important to let your skin sit with that skincare and almost like let it marinate, if that makes sense. So I feel like I've really like nailed my skincare at the moment. It's not overly complicated, it's nothing like overly OTT, but it's really, really working for me. So I thought we could do a little bit of an updated skincare routine whilst I am getting my makeup off, because it is my favorite thing, just to like get my makeup off just before dinner, head downstairs, and then I can just like let my skin marinate in it. And I always say like the glowier you are, I always want to look like a glazed donut whenever it comes to my skincare routine. It's so funny when I put this on my head, I literally cannot take myself seriously. So hope you don't mind me looking like an egghead for a minute, but I'm gonna go in first of all with the Lizelle Cleanse and Polish. As you know, I'm using different cleansers at the moment, and I'm really enjoying different like kind of like, what's the word, the different like properties that they all hold, and like the kind of like different targets that they all have. And I'm really, really enjoying this at the moment. If you want something that's quite nourishing, it's not too like greasy, it's a really, really lovely one. It's an oil to milk cleanser. It says it melts away impurities, and that's what I've been looking for recently with regards to my cleanser. Anything that says it melts away your makeup, because I don't want to be stripping my skin. I don't want to be like getting rid of all the like natural oils in it. I don't want my skin to feel really like harsh afterwards. The amount of times I'd use a cleanser and my skin literally would be screaming for moisture afterwards, whereas I feel like all the cleansers I'm using at the moment, all the products I'm using at the moment, they're not screaming for it. Sorry, by the way, to keep the water running, but it takes so long in this house for the water to heat up. That is the joys of having an older house. But yes, let's get this cleanser on and get my makeup off. I mean, look at the consistency of that. It just looks like a really lovely like gel, and I can confirm it is so lovely and nourishing. And I'm pretty sure, can you pick up Lizelle Gumwolf? I don't know if you actually can. There's a really lovely beauty store there. Oh, I just love the smell of this. There's a lovely beauty store there, and it's like a beauty outlet, and they've got loads of different brands, which is always amazing. They usually have like Bobbi Brown, Clarins, Jo Malone. They always have some MAC products. I'm trying to think what else that they've got. Oh, Erin, they've got some Erin perfumes, which is a really, really nice one. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite a lazy girl, and I just use my cleanser to get rid of my eye makeup, which is again why I quite like to use a nice gentle cleanser, nothing that's gonna make my eyes stream or it's gonna hurt, but I just really love getting that into your skin. And I remember actually I was doing a masterclass with Darfan where we kind of learned the techniques of how to like remove your makeup and like things to do. I think it's called Face Gym, and the areas that you can kind of target, like obviously it's a really, really great idea to kind of like go up your cheekbones, never go down. You always want to go up around the forehead. They always talk about this like S motion on your forehead. Now I'm someone that frowns a lot. If I get a headache, if I'm stressed, if I'm concentrating, I'm like this. And so I'm always cautious of not getting is it called crow's feet? You know, the frown lines there, and just really getting in deep. And I do feel like it's the most important part of your cleanser, is really making sure that you're not just slapping it on your face, you're actually working it into your skin so that it really does like pull the makeup away and melt away what's on your face. Also, best place to pick up little white flannels is always the White Company outlet. They sell them for like a fraction of the price, and again it's kind of the regular stock that you can get normally from any other White Company store, but they'll usually sell them for like £1.50, £2 a flannel, and obviously you can reuse them time and time again. Just chuck them in the wash, and they're just the best at getting off your makeup. And I personally love a white flannel because there is nothing more satisfying than that sight when it comes to getting my makeup off. And I'm not someone that wears a huge amount of makeup, and yet still the flannel is always absolutely covered, and it's always such a satisfying, like it's a little bit gross, but such a satisfying sight. Give my face a little pat dry with my Highland Coutal, which every time people see these, whenever we have guests over, they always comment on it. Like, that is such an amazing towel. I believe it's from Next. I got it from my brother's girlfriend for Christmas, and I absolutely adore it. But I always try and use a clean towel just to give myself a little pat dry, and then I'll go in with a toner. And again, actually, I think you can pick this up. Pretty sure there is a Body Shop at Gunwolf Keys. This is the Body Shop Vitamin E Hydrating Toner, and oh my gosh, it is literally my favorite at the moment. Now, if I really need, if I have a breakout and I really need something stronger, I'll tend to go for like the Pixie Glow Tonic or even the Paula's Choice Exfoliate Tonic. This on a daily basis, morning and evening, I'm using at the moment, and it just really helps. Again, just go in, as I said, it like starts with good skincare, and I have to say I've noticed such a difference with regards to my skin since using a toner. I feel like it just really helps to kind of like get in deep with your skin, and even though you feel like you've got everything off, I don't know if you can see, there'll always be like little remnants that will come off on your cotton pad whenever you use a toner. I'll always just use like the reusable cotton pads. Again, chuck them in the wash. I literally will do like a skincare wash where I'll do like all my flannels and all my little cotton pads all in one go. But can you see? There is still remnants of makeup coming off, and I feel like that's what makes the biggest difference. It's just making sure your skin is so clean and so prepped, ready for your skincare. I cannot tell you how clean my skin feels whenever doing this routine. It just cleanser and toner makes such a difference. And if I'm lazy, I will notice it. If I have a breakout, it's usually because I've not been using my toner as much recently. I've just been going in with a single cleanse with my cleanser, and I need to do double cleanses with my cleanser and my toner, and it's so nice not to have my skin screaming at me ready for moisturizer. Like, please give me that moisturizer. It feels really fresh and really clean. So we're gonna go in first of all with eye cream. I'm loving the Clinique eye serum. Again, this is one of my favorites. I use it so much, and it's just like a really lightweight one. In the mornings at the moment, I'm using the Bobbi Brown eye
cream and primer, but in the evenings I really love the Clinique. As you can see, it's just like a really simple gel, and I would say if you're like me and you have quite sensitive skins, like I do have quite sensitive eyes, a gel is so much better for me. Like I don't really find myself reaching for creams anymore. My two favorites are the Clinique eye serum and the Darphin eye serum as well. I absolutely adore. And again, the techniques that I used at the Darphin class, we just kind of like come under your eyes and then do these little like circle motions at the end. I think they're supposed to stop smile lines, but to be perfectly honest, I feel like I'm definitely going to end up with smile lines when I'm a little bit older because I smile all the time. But I think I'll be happy with those. As long as I have smile lines, not frown lines, I will call that a win. Okay, and then there's two products that I'm using at the moment. Number one is the Quarterly Hyaluronic Acid, which has literally made me fall in love with the brand. And number two is the Darphin Eclat Supreme. And these just pair so nicely together. They're very lightweight in terms of serums. And one thing that I would say is that when it comes to a serum is that you don't want anything too greasy or oily. Like I much prefer using something that's a little bit more water-based, in my opinion. I just think it's so much better for my skin, and both of these are definitely water-based. I really love the Darphin one because it's got these kind of like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. See if I can cover my face if the camera will pick it up. These little like dots inside these like balls, and they literally to me are basically like balls of moisture. I absolutely love them, and I just love how this serum does come out. So I really love those in addition like to each other. I'm currently running out of the Quarterly, so I do need to pick up another one, you know, when you're kind of just using like the dregs, the end of the serum. But they just pair so nicely together. I feel like I'm moisturized. I feel like my skin is getting a real drink without being too oily. Like when I say I want my skin to resemble a glazed donut, I want that to be through hydration and not through oil. And then a moisturizer that I have been obsessed with since I picked it up in Winchester the other week, the Summer Fridays Rich Cushion Cream. It's an ultra plumping moisturizer, and oh my gosh, when I tell you that this is such a lovely one, like look how thick this is. It's such a lovely thick moisturizer and so perfect for an evening. I would say the Tatcha one that I've got in my collection, it's very much more of like a morning moisturizer, whereas this to me just gives like a real shot of hydration. One thing I've noticed with my skin is that whenever it comes to moisturizers, it will always drink it up. Like I just want something that's super thick, that's super nourishing, and especially in the evening, it's always gonna like reset my skin. That's kind of the aim with regards to my moisturizer, like resetting it, re-injecting it with that moisture and just letting it like marinate throughout the evening and into the night. I'll often do a top up of moisturizer just before going to bed, just to give it that like real hit of hydration. And again, I feel like that's really helping with regards to keeping my skin glowy, keeping it looking like really fresh and really summery. One thing with me whenever it comes to my skincare and my skin is that I have such sensitive skin that it goes red the second I touch it. So I'm sorry if you're looking at the screen thinking, oh my goodness, Ellie, are you like literally clawing at your skin doing the skincare? Because your skin is going so red. I am not. It is just what my skin does, and every single facialist I've ever had has always commented on it and said, wow, your skin goes very red. And I'm like, it is quite sensitive, but like not in a kind of like normal way, just in a, it seems to go red the second I touch it kind of a way. But lastly, I'm gonna go in with the Tatcha. This is one of my favorites, the Kissu Lip Mask, and it is such a gorgeous lip balm. It literally feels like it's an oil for your lips, but not in like an oily way, in like a greasy way, and more of like, it almost feels like you're giving your skin an injection of hyaluronic acid. Like it's so lovely, it's so moisturizing and so nourishing. And again, I kind of attest this at the moment. If you've noticed, I've been really proud of myself. I feel like my lips have not had any scabs, I've not had any cracking or anything recently, and I really do feel like using this every night, especially if you're wearing lip product throughout the day, it can be quite drying on your lips. It can cause a little bit of like irritation or like dryness. I feel like this just gives that like re-injection of moisturizer and just really helps it like keeping them nourished, and it stops me from picking at them and stops me from ruining my lips. So that is evening skincare done. I need to get my jewellery off and get into my comfy so we can have a lovely chilled out evening. But it's quite nice to do a bit of an updated skincare routine so I can show you what I'm using at the moment, what I'm loving. And this is the main thing for me, is I feel so much more confident to come on camera without any makeup on. I used to be so insecure about coming on camera without makeup. Like I literally could not do it. I felt like my skin was like scarred really badly. I just couldn't get it right, and it really took kind of like resetting my skincare. It actually got to a point where I was using too many products, and I think that's what was kind of like attesting to the breakouts and like dryness. I was getting like really dry patches here. I was so congested here, then I had so many spots around my chin, and now I feel like this change from like makeup Ellie to non-makeup Ellie is getting smaller and smaller, and that's what I want. Like I don't want there to be a drastic shift. Like I don't want to look a different person when I put my makeup on in the morning. I just want to like enhance the natural beauty, if that makes sense. Then it also means that my makeup's more comfortable, like what I'm wearing on my skin, it's like more breathable, my skin's enjoying it a lot more, and it's just all around a lot nicer, especially for summer. We love a glowy, very lightweight makeup routines. That's my current skincare that I am loving, and I think majority of these probably, yeah, I'll leave them all linked down below. You'll be able to shop all of them. I think most of them are available at Space NK, which is currently doing some amazing discounts at the moment, but anything else I will leave linked. But I think I'm gonna leave this vlog here. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow for another day of Everyday May.